welcome to the stream. Once again, I started late by a couple minutes, okay? Not my fault. I just remembered I still got games that I gotta play on my phone. I woke up from my nap 2 hours ago. I'm full of energy. My body is full of energy, but not my brain. So, yay! Welcome back. Today we'll be continuing our gameplay with Line. So, oh wait, hold up. I didn't turn on my DJ. But yeah, today we'll be continuing on. I think this is part 4 of the game. We'll be starting the route for the other guy. I honestly don't know which chapter was it that I had to choose between the two people, but I'ma go find it. But yeah, so I don't know how long again this side of the story will be, because given the fact that we have used up 3 streams, okay, to play the Megane Man's route. But yeah, today we'll be doing the other guy's route, and I guess let's just jump straight in. I have to find the freaking chapter first though. Oh god. Could it be from the first chapter? Eh? I don't remember my safe house, guys. This is the autosave file, we don't need that. Okay, I think it should be the first one. Let's try it out, okay? Nope, it's not. Okay. Instead of that, let's try out the chapter selection. Because you can see, the first 3 chapters are generic chapters. Only the 4th chapter almost is specific to the character. As you can see over here, 4, 5, 6 has the name Fang Chengzhi on it. Is it the 2nd chapter? The 2nd chapter is the pigeon chapter, which isn't the one that we want, but I think it should be the first. Okay, let's just start with the first, and then we'll skip through the dialogue until the point where we have to select between Fang Chengzhi and the what's it called? Jiang Ying. I just freaking speed through. Is there a way to speed through faster? No. Why did I not save, guys? Slap me next time if I don't save. Okay, let's speed through this. Let me speed. Crying in English. It's gonna be a lot of dialogue to speed through, guys. I'm crying. Hold up. This is the 3rd chapter. No, did not save, guys. Why did I not save? Shut up, child. Let me speed. I'm speed tapping, guys. It might not even be in the 1st chapter. It might be in the 2nd chapter. Oh, hold up. Might be the 2nd chapter though. Given the fact that, hold up. Yeah. Because, given the first 3 chapter is like generic, could be this one, you know? Is it? Hold up, let me check. It's a great start of the stream, guys. Very scarf.
20、19、10。
Hurry up, please. Yep, this chapter it is. Is it? Yeah, it is this chapter. Thank you.
你都打算试试了，为什么不来我的眼镜店工作？
Wait, is it? No, I think might be chapter 2, dang it. I don't know, it's not. Could it be? Yeah, it is. So this is the point where we got messages from the two guys and we're supposed to select either of them. The last time we did was the Functions route, so today we'll be doing Jiang Ying's route. Without a second thought, I clicked onto the Jiang Ying's icon, wondering why is he messaging me this late? Was there something important he was going to discuss with me?
考虑好了吗？哪里不满意？如果是钱的问题，我可以给你夜巡工资的3倍。如果有负担的话，你觉得多少合适？可以自己提。
Damn, I was right. He's giving off the rich CEO daddy vibes. Okay, let's just read what he has said. Have you made a decision? Answer is nope. Is there anything anything in the contract you disagree with? Is it a pay? I can pay you 3 times more of the night watcher pay. If there's any worries and you feel like maybe there's something not as suitable, you can bring it up yourself and we'll try to fix it. Answer is nope. No, it's not about the money. Bro, yeah, given more money, take it. Of course, Boss Jiang decided to pull this hand. Can't believe that he's actually young Master Jiang. Not willing to take on the Jiang family wealth and planning to escape, right?
那是节假日的问题。双休，法定节假日照常休息，加班调休加3倍工资。
Shit, that's such good. I wish I was given such a job. Is there a problem perhaps with the public holidays? If given every week is a 2-day every week it has a 2-day off holiday and we'll go according to the calendar for off days. If there's any overtime, the payment will be 3 times the normal amount of the work day. My answer is agree. I gotta agree with him. Answer is it has no relation to holidays at all. I type in it's because, but before I could finish it, he quickly sent 2 messages over.
员工福利，还是别的什么都可以谈。
He is desperate, my man. Is it perhaps the bonuses as the employee? If there's anything, let's just chat about it. The conditions and things that Jiang Ying brought up make my heart move. But I hesitated because I feel like I'm not up to standard or at the level of qualification that is suitable to his work. Something isn't quite right as well. He probably has a second motive, a hidden motive perhaps. Okay, the first part is 天上不会掉馅饼，但是会掉陷阱. This is a idiom. Essentially, is to describe that in no way there will be a free meal. How to say? There's no way there's a free lunch. There's always a second motive behind it. If I directly translate it, I can put it in that there wouldn't be a free biscuit that drops from the sky, but there could be a chance of dropping into a trap. If that makes sense. But yeah, the easiest way to understand that is that there's no free meal and there's bound to be a consequences or I guess a second motive for that free meal. Plus, about the Jiang family. And for young Master Jiang's big plan of escaping home, what if the chance? What are the odds that he gets captured back and I end up being jobless and have no pay?
好，
My reply to him is, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. All right.
见到我的事不要告诉其他人，会很麻烦。
The fact that they've met me, please don't mention it to anyone. It'll bring trouble. In the small circle of night watchers, there's a specific family that has left due to the differences between them and the company. Thinking carefully, I can understand. Jiang Ying understands the fact that the company, night watcher company, has contacted me and seems hesitant, and it's not strange for that.
太晚了，早点睡吧。晚安。
It's late. Go sleep now. Good night. Just as I was gonna put my phone down, I suddenly remembered Fang Zhenzhi was looking for me as well. I almost forgotten about it.
在否？
Are you here?
我手头有个任务出了点问题，明天不能陪你去见领导了，你能自己去一下吗？
Did something happen? I have something. There's a mission that when I read, I probably won't be able to meet the leader with you tomorrow. Could you go by yourself? The company understands my knowledge and of the anomaly incidents, and that's why they contacted me via Fang Chenzhi. They wish for me to describe the crying child that I met on the first day I came back to understand the situation better. At the same time, they also probably is trying to bring up joining the company like an olive branch. Receiving the company employment letter was a surprise, but one of which I haven't told Fang Chenzhi. So it's probably the best that he couldn't attend the meeting.
行，早点睡，晚安。
With the rain droning out the sounds from outside, I quickly fell asleep. Seated opposite of me was a gentle-looking girl. She seems rather cold, but there's a fresh air about her. Nice to meet you. I'm 49, and you can call me by this. The previous incident, Fang Zhenzhi has already handed his report in to the company. However, to make sure that there are no details missed, I hope that we could be able to meet face to face and do this meeting. Based on what she's saying, she probably meant that she's going to enter my dream realm to be able to take a look at what has happened. that day. However, haven't I told you everything? I have reported everything I've seen and told it to Fang Shenzhi. We have no intentions to be suspicious of you. However, we are required to check and see if there's any details that were missing. I furrowed my brows. Because the night watchers. Okay, how do I translate this? What? Never was in order. Was it because the matter? It's just a weird translation of it. Okay. In such a big city, there's so much anomalies. And do you plan to chase after each and every one of it so detailedly? 49 paused. I couldn't see her expression clearly. However, I could hear that I could hear the approval in her voice. Wariness is not bad. 49 took out a silk transparent bag, and in it were 2 grey feathers. Fang Shenzhi has already mentioned about such anomalous objects. Even through stringent checking, some anomalous object will still end up circulating around the market. There are many of such similar incidents, so the company are wondering if perhaps someone was out his gate gunning for the author out of revenge. If that is so, the company intends to bring him out and continue investigating about this anomalous object. However, during the investigation, we realized that the abnormalities from the object would cause an attack towards outsiders. So in other words, if Da Chuan was amongst the crowd when he was going through his abnormality changes, he could have hurt many people. No, isn't quite right. That is one of the reasons why we decided to meet with you. We have found out that these 2 feathers has been used multiple times by people, and thus the strength of the object has weakened. Because of the circumstances around this power of the object. Because of the circumstances around the object's power and abilities, there's no necessity to let him dream. The fact that there were 2 of you that were caught up in the time where the anomalous object went out of control wasn't a coincidence. It was well planned. Was it because Fang Shenzhi and Da Chuan were both good friends that happened to like to ditch each other? The company guesses that perhaps the person behind this incident, the real mastermind behind this, was probably Fang Shenzhi, and perhaps both you and Fang Shenzhi were behind it. If they were gunning for me, they could have gotten rid of me in university. But there's no need for them to drag me back home. That piece of A4 paper with my name on it, was that a warning for me to not meddle into so much things? In addition, the anomalous baby has gone missing, and we have increased our wariness against you. Thus, we needed to do a face-to-face meeting to make that decision. There was a short bout of silence between us. 49 that seated opposite me gently caressed her hair. No worries, I would only investigate the memories with regards to the baby and would not dig in deeper for the matter of your privacy. If you have hesitations until the dream realm, you could be the one leading it. 49 stretched out her hand. The way that she put the offer seems rather harmless and that rather difficult to decline. I let out a breath and tightly held onto 49's hand. The most important thing is I hope that both Function and I wouldn't suddenly, vaporize in thin air. Under the guidance, we met the old lady that I've met in the public bus. The memories flashes before my eyes, one by one, like an old film. I let go of my hand. There didn't seem to be anything special, however I recorded everything down. I returned back to the company and discussed with them. No matter what, we'll contact you of the result and inform you about everything. Alright. There is also one more additional thing, and it's just nice we could finish it here. For the nice smile. I will make a decision about joining the company. It's been a week, so you should probably have an answer by now, right? 49, I can't read, guys. The Night Watcher company hasn't had any fresh blood for a long time. We are very excited for you to join us. I reached into my bag, catching the folders. Both jobs offer very good conditions. If I went with the Night Watcher company, I have Function and both of us can take care of each other, which is a good thing. However, if I went to the glasses shop, I could probably investigate more about the mysterious Mr. Jiang's secrets. After thinking about it so long, I should probably make a decision. We are going to the glasses shop, guys. I took out the Night Watcher application and handed it to her. I apologize. I feel like perhaps this job isn't quite suitable for me. I hope you find someone that is to your satisfaction to work in the future. Understood. If it's not too rude to ask, could it be perhaps that you found another job? I remained silent. I do apologize. It's a very sudden and curious question. Our discussion has probably come almost to the end. Thank you for the contributions to the company. You're welcome. If you have suddenly decide to change your mind, you can simply call this number and we'll welcome you anytime. She handed out me the name card and called for the waiter for the bill. Alright, I will not bother you anymore. Hopefully we'll meet each other again next time. I hadn't thought that the meeting would have gone this well. But doesn't matter what's gonna happen next. At least I found a job. I should probably message Tian Yang and tell her the good news and probably treat her to a meal. And also I need to have Fang Shenzi be more careful on his jobs. And I also got the message, Mr. Chiang, to tell him that I've made my decision for the job. At the same time, suddenly I could hear a bunch of kids running and singing. But their laughter brushing past me as they run over. I turned my head around and just saw from the corner of my eye was a kid that did manage to break in time before she came rushing towards me.
15、14、13、
What is that?
12。
Are you alright? Alright. Run around slower. Are you guys ready to go anywhere else? Oh, okay, let's try to do a little girl voice. It's gonna fail terribly. We heard that the building before us is gonna be demolished soon. We're just gonna try and take a look. In these past 2 years, Shining has done a lot of expansion in their creative works, including getting rid of the old houses and building tall high-rise building in place. Not too far from here, there's a construction site, and every time when I walk past it, you could see the cement truck going in and out of this site. Although the construction site is fenced, you don't know what building she's talking about, and it seems rather dangerous. Could I go along with you then? Just as I was asking her, the little girl realized that her friends have ran ahead and abandoned her. She didn't seem happy about that. That's fine. It's because we gotta run a. Okay, guys. Doing a kid's voice and trying to live translate is not a no-go. Let's not attempt that. That's fine. The others have run off so fast. We gotta catch up with them. She grabbed my hand and we quickly ran forward towards the destination. The little girl's speed wasn't fast, and rather than running, it was more like she's hopping forward, constantly singing those nursery rhymes. As she pulled me towards the construction site, I could suddenly realize something wasn't quite right. After walking for so long, why hadn't we seen any of the other kids? I was clearly in the middle of the summer afternoon. However, the area around here felt colder than usual. There was a gust of wind and it was actually rather cold. I secretly tried to pull my hand back, however, it felt like I was being held by something tight. I couldn't move an inch. And that skin felt as rough as rocks. I attempted to slow down my steps, however, I was being pulled forward by her, like a freight train. What's wrong, sister? She doesn't stop. Her voice was still happy and childish. However, every enunciation of the words sounded like a thunderous voice in my head. What are your intentions? Where are you bringing me? I could only be dragged forward like a ragdoll towards her, with her. My hand reaching out for my pocket. I just want to see what a watcher, how dumb a night watcher can be. Are you planning to get this? She held out the phone. The two of us were linking hands still. However, I felt like my body was several thousand times heavier. Couldn't move. There was a sharp pain from my scalp. It felt like there was glass shards floating in my blood. My veins, yes. As it circulates around my body, it scratches around my veins. No nerves hurts in my body. I bit down my lips. There was a slight sheen of cold sweat on me. It hurts. From behind me, I could hear someone walking closer. Who was it? Stop playing around. Do your job. Don't you want to focus on the change? She plans to go against me. That's interesting. After training her, can you give her to me? You think that's a possibility? I mean, since we're killing her, why not just let me play around before we do that? Hurry up. I was unable to speak up. All I could feel was a attack towards me before my eyes. Before the view before my eyes started to blur and grey. The next time I woke up, it was plunged in total pitch darkness. Even if I stretched out my arms, I couldn't see my fingers at all. Whose dreammail was this? And those two? Why did they bring me here? I could feel a sharp pain in my head. What was that? Before me was 4 children, all in rather odd positions. They either had their arms out by their side, or they were squatted down, not moving a single inch. Taking a closer look, I just realized that the little girl I saw earlier wasn't amongst them. And these children look younger than she was. They simultaneously looked up. Their cold gaze were all directed towards me. The next second, there was a clear sound of a child crying, breaking the silence. It felt like rain, stones against a window. Continued on, the crying became louder and louder. It was drowning my ears. Oh, I hate this part, guys. The sound was sharp. It was digging into my bones. Although there was no blood, I could feel the wounds around my body. In the next second, I really wanted to cover my ears. Oh my god, it's gonna be loud for you guys. Hurts. From my arm, there was a numb feeling across it. Both my arms were tied up to a chair. The ropes that were tying me seems to be the zip ties. The more I struggled, the tighter it became. And every time I moved, the rope seemed to increase. The rope seems to grow a new needle, which digs deeper into my skin. The pain probably it was probably what awoken me from the dream. I adapted to make to shout, but there seemed to be some sort of power or something that is extinguishing the source of sound for me. I look around my surroundings. There seems to be a old room in the demolished building. Quickly realized where I was. They have kidnapped me with no real intentions, and I have no idea why they did so. However, there were two good news. One is that I'm still alive, and two, I could understand what they mean by draining me. I could feel that my powers were slowly being drained. Before the situation become worse, I have to find a way to save myself. Breathing the pain, resisting is not. Fighting through the pain, I tried to break free from the ropes around my arms. Shit, my man, you don't gotta appear like that all sexy at the window, bro. I didn't know how long it was. I suddenly realized someone was seated by the window. It took everything for me to turn my head, but when I did so, I could see Jiang Ying with his one leg up, sat on the windowsill. My man, you don't appear like that. I mean, look at Function Zhi. At least he was, worried, sick, dying and running to find me. You're just sitting there. The other leg was freely swinging by the windowsill. He looked up at me, his mouth forming a line into a narrow line. He seemed rather relaxed given the scenario. I gotta imagine before I realized he was here, all he did was sat there and saw me struggle. Shit, it's hot, guys. Even though there was quite a distance between me and him, and I couldn't really see his expression, but upon seeing him, I could feel myself immediately relax. It's just that the environment and the fact that I'm being looked at gives an uncomfortable feel. Unable to make out any sound, I only can use all my strength to glare at him. He jumped off the windowsill and landed quietly like a cat. He walked behind me and quickly loosened up the rope around my hand. The numbness as the blood circulated back into my arms was... wait, what? 它延续残留的疼痛让我失去释缓。Okay, alright, I don't know what pain exactly it is, but the pain let me slowly recovered slowly as he walked before me. Only then I realized I could open my mouth and speak. Today he had a change of clothes, and the vibes it gives seems rather different. Bro, yeah, I agree. Previously he was just like a cute nerd boy type. Now he's just CEO daddy vibes. Black straps hug his white t-shirt tightly. It clearly defined the muscles and abs on it. No, wasn't the time to look to check out the man. Jiang Ying put a piece of amulet off the wall from somewhere, and next thing I know, the whole room changed. There were talismans, amulets everywhere on every corner of it, even the ceiling and the ground. Blood red letters were squeezed onto the paper, the broken and tattered yellow papers. It was rather skull-numbing to look at all the words tightly squeezed together. What is this? I could finally speak again.
符纸
I didn't know that, my man. Talismans. What are you doing here? Jiang Ying passes over the piece of a piece of photograph, a piece of picture, a paper with a photograph on it. God. I was greeted with the bright red colors of blood. There was blood everywhere. There was even a scent of iron permeating from the picture. In the very empty house was a very small human form. This is baby that has fallen to death.
怨念太深，变成异常了，一直没有被处理，不久前异化了。
Correct. They have a lot of resentment and thus became an anomaly. And because it's been a while since anyone dealt with him, not long ago did he evolved. This was the baby that the old lady was carrying. The one that I've mentioned to Fang Chenzhi and the one that the night watcher company said they were investigating on. I didn't expect that Jiang Ying was the one also solving this problem.
我跟着他来到这里，然后把他封锁在这栋楼里。
I followed it all the way here and then locked it up in this building.
他逃得太快，我跟丢了。
I escaped too fast, I lost it. I could suddenly remember that creepy dream Rama was in. Oh no, they were clearly children's, but their age didn't seem to match up. Just as I was thinking about what is happening, Jiang Chen spoke.
不过正好你也在，今天就算第一天上班。
I need to start calling him Jiang Chen. I'm so sorry. It's Jiang Ying. However, it's good that you're here. This can be considered the first day of you on the job. From the looks of Jiang Ying's expression, it doesn't seem like he's joking around. Aren't you curious why I've ended up here?
据我刚刚的观察，我判断你也不知道。
Based on my observations, I'm sure you don't understand why you're here as well. The fact that he read me like an open book made me speechless. He was right, but what he wanted to say and what I wanted to say seems like two separate different things. I've been kidnapped. Yes. He didn't ask who was it. He never asked the reason why. It's just like as he said, I didn't know what the correct answer was.
现在没事了。
Now you're alright. My man is so casual about being kidnapped. He's describing the actual truth of what has happened. And I feel grateful for him being here. I feel safe with him. Okay, let's get to work. What do I need to do?
你可以感受到它的具体位置吗？
Can you sense where the anomaly is positioned at? I can try. I close my eyes and gather all my focus. Couldn't feel anything.
是不是距离的问题？
Perhaps is it the problem of distance? Without second thought, Jiang grabbed and raised up my hand.
我们在楼里到处走一走。
Not raise, grab my hand, okay. Let's just walk around the building. That probably isn't good, right? I stared at the black gloves on Jiang's hand. My mind was filled with the fact that on the first day of the job, my boss is bossing me around and pulling me on his whims. It felt forbidden.
你在笑什么？
What are you laughing at? Not my man, my girl is are you a masochist by chance? he really is giving off the mean CEO vibes. Happy to work. Let's just look around, alright? Oh god, where should we look around? You know, this is the time we'll be freaking safe. Okay, over at the safe file here. Can go to the other parts of the building, the rooftop or the room. Let's go to the first one.
有吗？
Is there anything? Nope.
去别的地方看看。
Let's take a look at other places. Oh, nice. Process of elimination, guys. The rain was heavy, and there doesn't seem to be anything around here as well. On the fence, I could clearly see a layer of shimmery thing. It seemed like it's from the other world. It looked like the whole building was wrapped around in this very big bubble barrier. Is this the lock you were talking about?
不过对于能力者没什么用。
You're right. It doesn't have any effect on us. But it does quite well against anomalies. That's amazing. How do you do it? We no idea where he got it from, but Jiang pulled out a stack of notes.
用信物改的，要吗？还有很多。
We used an anomalous object and changed the talismans. Do you want one? There's quite a lot of it. You look like you're selling it.
卖碟？
You get Jiang Ying's puzzled expression at the autograph. Just take another look at the room. I like how we went everywhere and then went back to the room. At every level, there are many rooms. And both Jiang Ying and I went in one by one to check them all. There are so many rooms here. How do you find the one I was in?
我看到了。
I saw it. What? You saw me got kidnapped? Oh no, okay. Oh, this. 这样 dug out the button. That anomalous object.
我在附近的时候，眼前突然出现了你在那个房间的景象，有股力量指引我向你那边走。
When I was nearby, there was before my eyes there was a vision that showed me that the room that you were in, there was a mysterious power that was guiding me towards your side. Was it because the other button was with me? We had searched every nook and cranny, there wasn't anything. Perhaps your lock wasn't as detailed, and perhaps there's a chance that it slipped out of a gap or hole somewhere.
不可能，
Impossible. But it has entered a enclosed space, but it has disappeared without trace. I suddenly have an absurd guess. Could anomalies enter dream realms? Junction seems serious based on the expressions I could see on his face. I'm not too sure.
我没有见过。
I haven't met one before. The room that we were in earlier. Jiang Ying didn't know what to do and just follow us. I quickly told what I saw in the dream realm to Jiang Ying.
没有异常的痕迹。
No, there isn't any signs of an anomaly. That's impossible. When I first exited the dream realm, I was here. I looked all over the room, and he was right. There was no sign of an anomaly.
或许你被绑架的过程中无意碰到了谁，进了梦境。
Perhaps while you were being kidnapped, you accidentally touched someone and entered that dream realm. I recalled the little girl. That's a possibility.
去别的地方看看。
Let's take a look at other places. Perhaps I'm guessing wrong, but I'm not willing to give it up yet. My vision started to dim around the edges, and next thing I knew, I've entered a dream realm. Jiang Ying. With the speed of lighting, Jiang Ying quickly grabbed onto my arm. The building was empty. There was some where there weren't any windows at all. This was the 这是我们刚刚在那栋 This was the dilapidated building we were in earlier. There's Jiang Ying. I walked around aimlessly, the wind blowing through the windows, creating the 穿堂风呼呼地从okay. I walk around aimlessly, the sound of wind whisking by past my ears. From outside, there seemed to be a thick black mist that was entering. I walked into a long, dark, endless corridor, and while walking it, I seem to have stepped on something. It's a book of records. On the book was 4 letters, and they seemed to be reflecting some small amount of light, which is a little bit suspicious. The book was rather worn. There was remnants of fire. Perhaps it was cut as well on some parts. What is this? What's the sound? I quickly hid behind a pillar. Jiang Ying. I saw it was Jiang Ying and let out a breath.
你是对的，他在这里。
You're correct. It's here. I slammed a hand over Jiang Ying's mouth.
11、10、9、8、7。
From behind the pillar, someone ran past. The footsteps were loud and clear in the silent building. Could it perhaps could be one of the kids amongst the 4 I saw earlier? But I don't remember touching anyone. Why could it be that I've entered the dream realm? Do they have to do with the people that have kidnapped me? In my mind appeared these multiple questions. Oh shit! This is reverse Kavedon, guys. We are Kavedoning this guy now. I realized, I quickly came to a realization that Jiang Ying was grabbing to my arm. I still had my hands slammed over his mouth in a dead grip. Oh, he's blushing, guys. He's blushing. This is so cute. My mind suddenly blanked. Jiang Ying was looking at me, his face red. Our eyes met, and I could only look at his dilated eyes. Only until I could feel the warmth from his hand. And then I quickly woke up from my daydream and quickly jumped back and releasing him. You didn't expect that. It's a silence. The footsteps from earlier has disappeared. I picked up from behind the pillar. They probably have gone. I quickly snapped my mouth shut. In that dark corridor, there was a little boy with his back facing us. He seemed to be able to hear me. Oh fuck. He steadily turned his head over and held out a finger by his mouth. I don't know how do you translate this, but anyways, there was a the light in the building slowly became higher. There was a ball of blood red color that was slowly forming into a human shape. It looked like an unborn fetus, baby-like ball of thing before its 4 limbs finally took shape. As if sensing my gaze on it, it opened one eye. The black pupil looked over to me, staring at me as it slowly opened its mouth. Even through one eye, and through such a distance between us, I could feel the bone-crushing and crazy resentment it has. Run! Unable to think of anything, I could pull Jiang Ying and ran back like mad up the building. We ran all the way up until the rooftop through the emergency exit. There was a sharp slam and the door closed. We entered the rooftop and quickly close to it, close to the other door. Within a short distance, go hear the ear-piercing cry of a baby. A night watcher has a free will to enter and exit the dream realm. If you die in the dream realm, 梦中死亡强唤醒。Okay. And if you die in the dream realm, you'll be forcefully awakened. And if this talk can gain us, it purchase us enough time, perhaps we can find another method. However, sound of banging was consistent. It sounded like warm, sloppy meat slamming against the door. It was sliding up again and again. Johnny jumped through the door gap. I could see a ball of meat that was pushing its way in past the small gap before it formed into a small human shape. It slowly opened its mouth towards us. I quickly pulled Zhang Ying to defense, and they looked hesitant at my idea.
但是
But oh, I have no idea what he wanted to say. But all I know is that we need to get out of here. Okay, guys. Given the fact that we have done the previous route, like functions route, we were at the ending. Okay, there are spoilers if you guys haven't watched it or played it yet. But tune out if you want to not be spoiled. But yeah, in the previous route where we were brought into the space between reality and the dream realm, we were trapped in the roof where we got to jump, but functions to jump instead. Does that mean he's not dead, you know? Because we're in between world, he's kind of like half dead, right? And I mean, in the end, we did lose sight in one eye, and couldn't find Function, but we did meet him at the end again in one of the endings. It didn't make sense, but it was sad and cute at the same time. There's probably like a lot more to speculate with the ending, but I don't know. After a while, I finally woke up, shaking off the pain from my head. Jane looked at me, not sure what he was thinking about. Yeah, you were saying?
没什么，不重要。
It's not important. No worries. The way you say it makes me even more curious. Come on, just say it. Jane stared at me for half a day.
你还记得我们是去干什么的吗？
Do you still remember what we were doing? Why did we go there and do what for? Of course, we went to find the anomaly, right? However, when we first saw the anomaly, all I could do was pull Changi and ran. Why did you say so earlier? Changi looked at me, more in his eyes.
第一次有人保护我，我不想打断。
Oh, that's so cute. It's the first time someone protected me. I didn't want to interrupt you.
而且感觉很神奇。
And it felt rather different. We're still on the clock. What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Let's try it again. Yes. You know how we're feeling so much pain right now? I'm imagining what Function J is going through. This time, Jung and I didn't waste any time. Upon entering the dream realm, we quickly baited towards the ceiling rooftop again. The child was floating in midair. No, it wasn't. It was no longer a child. It was just a smear of blood and bones. A piece of meatball, to be exact. The crying was loud, echoing every direction. I felt like my head was gonna explode. my head was in intense pain. Jiang Ying's hand shot out and 4 pieces of talisman flew into 4 different directions and then held it in place. The anomaly wanted to hide. However, every escape attempts he had was thwarted because he kept knocking into some sort of invisible wall. All I could see was a brutally piece of meatball screaming and opening its mouth. Its teeth was sharp. It was biting down on Jiang Ying's arm. Its cry getting louder and louder. The color on Jiang Chen's face was changing. Jiang Chen, I keep calling it Jiang Chen. Ah, stop me, brain. Sorry. Jiang Ying, it's Jiang Ying. So it's not Jiang Chen. It doesn't help that Fang Chenzi has a Chen in his name. Jiang Ying's face was changing colors. There's an attempt to pull his hand free from the mouth. At the end, it seemed like he was trying to just swing downwards and throw the thing on the ground. This is the baby that got thrown to death.
怨念太深，变成异常了。
Yes, it's resentment. This resentment was so big, it became an anomaly. In my brain, those words appeared before me. Okay, so Jiang Ying right now is attempting to get rid of the baby. So by throwing to the ground, the thing is the baby was killed by being thrown to the ground. Our either option is to look at him, do it, or we can stop him. Let's save again. I press wrong button. Let's save. Because either one of the options is gonna get us killed. We gotta watch at him throw, I guess. No, it's rather inhumane, but a evolved anomaly has very strong powers, and if we were not be able to get rid of it in a controlled environment, the next death, it could be ours. I couldn't bear to look at it. I closed my eyes and looked away. I could only hear the urgent crying of a baby and the sound of the bone and meat smashing to the ground. The crying increased. Even the rain was not drowning the sound out. When I opened my eyes, Jiang Ying was just standing. There was a burning object before my eyes. I could hear my own heartbeat in my ears. It resounded very loudly in that empty building.
结束了。
It ended. Oh man, did you fight the baby? It ended. He was covered head to toe in blood. His eyes has gone a weird transparent shade. No one saw it, but there was 2 pieces of worm. What? There was 2 pieces of worm. It were on our clothing. It sickly went into our ears. What the fuck is going on? What kind of weird voodoo shit is this? Are you gonna take actions against me? This building is unable to pass insurance checking. Though neither of you should wish to get any amount of money out of it. What is happening? Oh my god! I think we entered the baby's dream realm, and then we are like seeing from the baby POV. It suddenly felt like I was being raised up high. Next thing I know, my center of balance was gone. There was an intense pain, sharp, piercing through my body. I could smell the scent of iron and other bodily fluids invaded my nose, my lungs, and things were flowing out of my ears. I was pain, repeatedly, endlessly. That's right. The master has said, after this is completed, we'll do it with the two of you. Okay, yeah, this is the bad end. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my sister came in to get something from my room. She's gonna change her hamster cages. She might call me out midway. So if I do disappear, it's because I'm out helping her against my will change her hamster cages. Okay, let's continue. Well, what the heck? also just gaming on my phone while I wait for it to finish her shit. Okay, I think I'm good for now until she comes back in and I'll go silent again. Wait, Changying, let's not throw it to the ground. I couldn't help and not ignore the unease I'm feeling, even though my shouting could affect Changying doing the exorcism. He didn't understand what I was saying, but he quickly stopped. But at the same moment, the sharp claws and teeth of the baby went deeper into her arm. Jackson let out a sound of pain, and next thing, he quickly stuck a piece of yellow paper onto the door. I mean, on the face, I think. There was silence. The anomaly quickly let go, and Jiang quickly broke free of it. Another thing was just floating dead in the mid-air, suspended.
怎么回事？
What's wrong? It was thrown to death. I worry that if we were to repeat the same way that it was killed, it would increase its resentment. Is there no other method? Jiang frowned and fell into deep thought.
试试看。
Let's try. He quickly tied the anomaly up and stuck it full of the talismans. Using his own blood, he wrote onto the talismans. Uttering spells under his breath, the anomaly quickly lit up. There was sparks everywhere, and and embers were floating towards the sky, crackling. Even though in the rain, the glowing and burning seems rather odd. I quickly stretched out my hands and grabbed onto the floating ashes. Jiang stood there, looking at me, not understanding what I'm doing. Your hand. The glove on Jiang Yin's hand was bitten and torn up. Stuck on it was his blood.
不是什么大事儿，出去再说。
Isn't such a big problem. We'll talk about it after we exit. I quickly tore off the gloves. The sound of the fabric and the skin stuck together was resounding. I could feel goosebumps all over my body. He seemed unaffected. He calmly dug out a roll of bandages from his pocket and gave himself a quick grab. Here, let me help. He was struggling to use his hands to do up the bandages, and I couldn't keep looking at it as he struggled. What's wrong? Not used to being on the receiving end of something good? Jiang Yin seemed half hesitant before he nodded his head. So earlier when you said you didn't want to interrupt me protecting you. Jiang Yin's face hardened quickly. Oh, it's a baby. It's a baby CEO, guys. This person. Listening to what he has said before actually caused himself to be embarrassed.
先出去再说。
Let's just get out of here. I looked behind Jiang Yin and the both of us soon took a leap off the rooftop.
解决了，回去吧。
You've solved the problem, let's go. But it feels like there's still an anomaly in the area.
夜巡不会坐视不理的。
The night watch company wouldn't simply ignore what's happened here. What they say wasn't wrong. Oh god. Okay, wait, shit, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Let's save again. Okay, even based on the previous route, we know that the 4-5 children anomaly is still in the building. We can choose to leave or we can choose to stay. Let's again go with the first option and we will try out the second one. So we're leaving the building. Okay, after leaving the place, I gave Function Zhi a call, telling him that the night watch should keep an eye on the abandoned building and perhaps send a party over to scout the situation. After handling the problem to Function Zhi, there didn't seem to be any problems. Right. Why did child want to die?
2个人贩子
哎我以为
说小
他
孩一直哭，哭得让人受不了，把孩子带到工地摔死了。
Oh my god. There were 2 human traffickers. They said that the child kept crying non-stop. It was unbearable. So they brought the child to the construction site and killed him. My heart froze.
其中一个怕出事，偷偷拍了照片，被抓后，警方搜到了照片。
One of them were very scared something was gonna go wrong, so they secretly took a photo. And after they were captured by the police did a search and they found the photo.
不过没能找到孩子的尸体，警方推测是被附近的野狗吃了。
They were unable to find the body of the child, but they assumed that the body was probably scavenged by those wild dogs that were nearby. Could taste the bitterness in my mouth. I was simply just a child. I didn't do anything wrong. How could it? Just gone through so much hardship. And so like if they were unable to live in this world and explore the world, and after the death was unable to keep on from moving on as well. I had no idea why, but after leaving the glasses shop, I seemed to have forgotten something. My heart felt empty, and it felt like my whole body was uneasy. However, I didn't notice anything. Three, two, one. Oh fuck. What? I found you. Okay, I'm kind of used to this jump scare. This is like from the second stream. It still scares me at times, but I'm kind of used to it. Okay, this is where we're being buried alive. Okay, let's skip through this because we know there's a bad end. Okay, let's... Previously, we decided to leave the place. Now we shall stay. Sorry, Xiangying. I think I should probably stay behind. I feel like there's something that we have not completed over here. I just want to find out more on what's wrong with this place.
我不赞成做一些无关紧要的事，但是你想做的话，我陪你。
I don't approve of doing anything that's not of importance, but if you want to do it, I'll accompany you. I glanced over to him. He seems rather earnest in his response. There was nothing that happened. I hadn't entered the dream realm, but I haven't touched anything. Then, how did I enter his dream realm earlier? It was the same room, the same conditions, but exactly was different. I looked down at my hands and the dust that was left on the hands. I suddenly remembered. I quickly knelt down and put my hands onto the ground. There's a response. Xiangying. Xiangying seems to have realized I quickly grabbed onto me. We entered the dream realm again, and Xiangying popped up from nowhere and hurried towards me. I remember this place. It was like an image that I saw in the book. Previously, I hadn't had the time to look at it carefully. Hold up, I found it. I quickly flipped through the book, and from the looks of it, I realized that it was filled with a very thin and massive scriptures of a person copying numerous numbers and words. Looking carefully, I saw that the numbers were actually recorded time. However, looking at it gives off a unbearable feeling of suffocation and made me wanted to throw up.
怎么了？
What's wrong? I quickly flipped the book back to its front few pages and look at the 3 words that I could decipher. Life burial of for how do I get sorry, weird translation problem again. 122,003 divide the power of life. Essentially, this is the, I guess, the book, not the book, the mentions of the life burial of people as a foundation for a good, like a good feng shui, I guess, for a construction site. Could feel my numb, I could feel my skull go numb. There was a sense of sharp prickly feeling through the gust of wind. Let's practice. Do you know about the Life Sacrificial Foundation Act? To ensure that the land's original feng shui was not interrupted by constructions, sometimes multiple stories and rumors will appear. And the solution to solve that problem was to use live humans, especially children, and have them buried alive on the site. It's a form of, I guess, sacrifice where the ghost child would, I guess, use the resentment they form and protect the people in the construction or the building constructed. The owner of this dream realm allowed us to see that little boy.
11、10、9、
It was the kid again who was running towards us.
7、
Okay, no. I quickly ran forward. His back was towards us. He looked back and he held out a finger against his mouth. His expressions empty. The next second, there was the bright, clear sound of a child crying. And more children cried. Trying to take out a piece of talisman. Trying to have an evolve it here. Let me see if I can send him off. Trying to stop and quickly turn, pulling me to a hug and running towards the rooftop. I could taste iron in my mouth. That shh from the kid meant something. Was it for us to not talk? It wasn't him slashing us. He was counting down.
他在玩捉迷藏，倒数100个数以后可以抓人。我看见他找到另外4个小朋友了。
He's playing hide and seek. He's counting down from 100, and after he finished counting down, he can catch people. I saw that he had managed to find the 4 other children. Hide and seek? How do you know about that?
小时候我看你们玩过，倒数到20的时候，他偷偷开始找人了。
When we were kids, I've seen you guys play it before. Every time, after counting down to 20, he would secretly start to find people. Then, by the rules and laws, we have to 得让他倒数完前之前找不到我们。Okay, we gotta hide and make sure he doesn't find us before he finishes counting down. We have to fulfill his desire and find out exactly what he wants. Let's try again. This time, when we entered, Jiang Ying was by my side. He pulled my hands and we both ran up to the rooftop like our life depended. Earlier when we were here, the boy didn't follow us. Jiang found a piece of plastic and had it covered both of us.
3、2、1。
There was no sounds or footsteps. Even the rain doesn't seem to know when to stop. Silence enveloped us. All I could hear was the sound of Jiang Ying's heartbeat. In the darkness, there was a hand stretched out and quickly tapped my shoulder. I found you. The next second, the children started crying again. More and more of it sounded getting stronger and stronger. This time, I felt like a piece of arrow shot was coming towards us. It was rushing at us, and I quickly used my arms to cover my face. At the 11 o'clock direction, another piece of stone came flying towards me. Oh my god. Brother. How many times have I saved in this chapter? My god. Luckily, I managed to dodge it. At the 1 o'clock direction. Oh, okay. My speed wasn't as fast as the piece of rock coming towards me. From the corner of my eye, it looked like I was going to be hit by it soon. But next thing I knew, Jiang Ying was before me and took the blow from me.
小心！
Careful. Right in front of us. So, you can go left, you can go right, or can we hesitate? What the heck does hesitate supposed to mean, huh? It's good, we managed to touch it. What the heck is this? 22.3, 2230. Okay, you know what? This is a number reference for the time. We can either be frozen by it or run randomly. Let's go. Good, we touch it. Of course, it's me. I'm human. I could do it. 4 pieces of rocks came flying from 8 different directions at me. What kind of distraction is this? I can destroy the rocks or just take it, I guess. Jiang caught in front of me again, took the blows for me. My man. We managed to escape to reality, and Jiang Ying managed to. It was Jiang Ying that took most of the blows. I came out mostly unharmed. We tried many times, and we seem to come to a conclusion that anomaly would always suddenly appear by outside until we entered the entrance of the cement truck and hid in there. Nothing happened, and the counter finished. Then did we crawl out from the cement truck. The children stood far and looked over to the direction, but they don't dare to take another step closer. I really want to know what had happened. I rushed forward to touch one of them, and in that moment, his memories came rushing back towards me. An, don't you dare take a peek, okay? You can't come and find us earlier as well. That's cheating, and we won't play with you if you do it. An obediently leaned against the tree and closed his eyes and started counting down. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Right now, I could probably go find people, right? (15, 14, 13, 12). until the point where we counted to less than 10. Brother Mingli should probably not find out that we have cheated. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. The park was empty. There was not a single trace of anyone. They couldn't have abandoned me and went to eat, right? 6, 5, 4. Anand was starting to feel a little nervous. At the same moment, from the corner of his eyes, he saw a piece of grass move. It's probably Malolio that hasn't hid properly and has exposed herself. Anand was happy. He quickly rushed over. 3, 2, 1. Fuck. Tonka. That kid saw my face. Then we shall bring him along. But boss said we only need 4 kids. Why do we want another one? That's silly. What's the problem if we have one less and having one more? I started searching around the room.
你在找什么？
What are you looking for? There's something wrong with the room. Anand is here, but I can't seem to sense any scent or energy from this anomaly. Wind came blowing into the room through the window. The amulets in the room sway and rustled to the wind. Found it! In the corner of the room, under several layers of amulets, there was a amulet that's rather faded, and some pieces were covered up by cement. Jiang Yin picked up a piece of rock and started chipping away and freeing that piece of talisman. The scent of anomaly came wafting from inside. In the corner of the room were 4 children. We couldn't really see their face. They all stood frozen in the corner, not moving a single inch. These were the children that were used in the life burial. After they became an anomaly, they spent day in and day out trapped in here. Jiang Yin continued chipping away, and at the last layer of cement, there was a layer of wood, and under it was some sort of fabric. It seems like the life sacrifice they did hasn't have quite enough of a resentment energy. They also included the baby's body and buried it into the wall to increase the resentment. And the extra An they have captured. I looked down onto the cement structure on the floor at the bottom. After exiting the place, I gave Fang Chengzhi a call and asked him to inform the night watcher. And have him do you note that the oh shit. Did we fuck up an option? I think we did. Then asked him to contact the police. The police was quick to take action, and they found the missing bodies of the children and dug them out. After we sent Anand away, hoping that his resentment. Okay. We quickly sent Anand on his way. His resentment wasn't against taking revenge to people that killed him. It wasn't the black-hearted boss either. In actual fact, 这其中一个人的家里。Yeah, we were tasked to find the missing tongue that he lost. They initially wanted to just cut out his tongue and let him go, but afraid that he'll call for help and afraid that the judge would give them the death sentence, they decided to throw his tongue into the cement and seal it up and have it be, I guess, used as a prayer object. It was very rare to see Yin Yang smile in such a manner. There are people, they are not suited to be humans at all. The job as a night watcher has came to an end, but the company still has much more things to take care of in the backstage. However, in the next few days, the mainstream media has reported to the news, and they managed to capture the people that were escaping. Yan Yang looked over to me, seeming worried. Are you okay? I'm fine. But I've personally experienced the story and have it repeatedly appear on the news. I've known much more chilling details rather than what the news has known. You don't seem fine. In that moment, Yan Yang, I finally understand the true purpose of a night watcher. In the past, I didn't want to be a night watcher. It was because I wanted to spend my life as a normal human person. I don't see the purpose of saving a city. However, now I realize that as a normal person, I understand. I can't change the antennas of the world, but I can send the people that suffered along a journey. Those that have unfulfilled wishes, those that wish to hurt because of resentment. That is now, then I realized that I could actually comfort them. Perhaps selfish, but I feel like I should be thankful that I could walk to this point. I'm very supportive of the decision, but I still worry. Following a new boss, in the first case, was such dangerous and difficult. Perhaps have you thought of changing a boss or a job? I feel like perhaps with function things would be safer and more regulated. Changing a boss, huh? I suddenly recall the way Jiang Ying used his body to block me from harm. Jiang Ying has protected me well. That I haven't thought of. There doesn't seem to be anything bad following Jiang Ying. Plus, I have many more things to learn. The piece of amulet that Jiang Ying used, that's of the same material. And the reason why he hired me. I have my suspicions. Him and the people that kidnapped me were in cahoots. Come on, let's just stop gossiping. Selfish. And you head out her cup and smile. Alright, let's just celebrate that two of us sisters will have a very successful journey. We knock our glass together, the sound crisp and clear. Okay. I don't know why, but recently, 方程式 drop, the amount of anomalies that anomaly cases that function has increased. It has gotten to the point where it was too busy and we could only communicate through short amount of text. I worry about what has happened. I worry that any injuries I have on myself cause him huge harm.
这么早就醒了？
You're awake this early?
我真的没事，大概因为雨季，异常数量突然增加了很多。
I'm really fine. It's probably the rainy season. That's why the number of anomalies increased.
等过了这段时间，应该会恢复正常。
After we've passed through this period of time, everything will be fine.
对了，你上次提到的那个阵法，我查了一下，很久前留下的一种秘法。
Right. The spell that you mentioned from before. I did my research and found that it was a old spell technique.
据说被用来破坏打更者提供能力的核心，并抽取能力。
It's a spell that is used to destroy the core of a Night Watcher's power and use it to drain the user.
如果没有人救你，你的能力当场会被吸收干净。
If no one came in to save you, your powers will have be drained on the spot. And that will result in my death.
这倒不会，但是核心被破坏后，你的能力就无法再生了。
However, death is not the result, but once your core has been broken, you'll be unable to gain more power.
你最近应该会有能力使用后没有被补足的亏空感吧？
Recently, after using your abilities, do you feel some sort of emptiness? It's true, I've been a bit more tired. I had thought it's because that I have come into contact with more anomalies.
因为你的身体在积极适应这种状态。
That's because your body is trying to acclimate to this state. So who was it that actually was doing this towards me? Everyone's a night watcher. Can't they just, attack you?
来，过来，我现在就把你抽干。
Get over here. I'll be the one to drain you dry now. I'm just joking.
目的我还不知道，但整件事跟红脱不了关系。
The motives, I'm not too sure, but the whole situation is probably related to the Hong company. Hong?
我陆续查到，江家离开夜巡以后，创建了一个新的组织，红。
Continued on my research and found out that after Jiang family left the Night Watcher circle, they themselves created a new organization called Hong.
夜巡秉承的理念是为保护城市、消灭异常，江家却认为异常的存在需要合理化。
The Night Watcher company motto is to protect the city and eliminate all anomalies. However, the Jiang family decided that the Jiang family feels like the anomalies appearances are reasonable and there's a reason why they exist.
他们甚至认为，比起某些游手好闲的人，意志坚定的异常更应该存活于世。
They feel that rather than this kind of mean and wishy-washy people that is on Earth, they feel that anomalies should be the one that should be living on the Earth instead. Are you hinting something at me?
我还以为我说的很含蓄呢。
Oh, I thought I was not butchering my words at all.
我猜只有他们有能力，且有目的的对打更者做这些乱七八糟的事。
I only guess that perhaps they have the power, and that's the reason why they decide to do something against the Night Watcher. the way you put it makes me recall something. At the start, I hadn't felt that the girl was an anomaly. I had initially thought that someone was up to, was doing something to me.
我也怀疑有势力渗透进了叶巡。
I suspected that someone has managed to stick into Night Watcher. Fang Zhen did not state the obvious, but he and I know who that person was. It was 49. After meeting up with her and experiencing all of this is clearly not just a coincidence. I could recall the time we were in a restaurant when we exited the dream. I could hear the buzzing sound.
目前都是猜测，但是保险起见，我越级申请了对他秘密调查。
Everything is simply just everything is simply just suspicion now. However, we should keep our guts up. I've actually brought it up to higher ups and is doing a secret investigation on her. The Jiang family. I'm now starting to think that the person that appeared at the dilapidated building was actually Jiang Ying. If he actually participated in my kidnapping, why did he want to save me? If it really was such a coincidence, then how much does he know about it? And that face.
不如你还是辞职吧，都是打工，至少在我身边，你应该是安全的。
Why not just quit, you know? You're just doing part-time work. At least by my side, you'll be safe. My man, don't take me. I went to your road last time. We almost died, both of us. It's fine, you already said.
这是我个人说话的严谨性，好吧？毕竟世事不如人愿。
That's simply just the way I speak, alright? Okay? Alright? However, some of these things only Jiang knows about it.
我知道你有自己的考量，但是你要小心你的老板。
I understand you can make your own decision yourself, but you have to be wary of your boss.
他毕竟姓江。
He does. He is. His surname is, of course. Wait. His surname is Jiang after all.
我还在查，如果有什么新消息，我再告诉你。
I'm still doing investigations. If there's anything new, I'll tell you about it.
有什么事，随时找我。
If you have any problems, just call me anytime. Thank you, Fang Chenzi. Alright. I'll talk to you later. I've reached the glasses shop. I put my phone aside and stared at the familiar looking glasses shop door. I was thinking that this early in the morning, Jiang probably wouldn't be in the glasses shop, so I want to look around and see if there's anything of use. The both of us look at each other. What are you doing? Without waiting for him to speak. In his hand was a pair of glasses. He kept away the glasses and looked up at me.
戴隐形眼镜，
Oh. He's wearing contact glasses. His eyes, one was red, one was black. I had always thought that his eyes was always red. I didn't expect him to be wearing contact lenses. Jane cleansed the glasses and quickly kept it aside. Do you wear it every day?
为了看清异常。
Yes. To be able to see anomalies clearly. So the contact lenses were for him to see anomalies clearly. Then the shirt, the jacket, the vest was probably tools that let him interact with anomalies easier.
今天这么早，
You're here early today. Yeah, I woke up early, decided to come by. Do you always come by so early? Okay, guys, I need you guys to pause and look at his waist. His waist is tiny, my man. He's built like a triangle.
我睡得少。
Oh, I don't sleep much. Oh. In these past few days, for handling anomalous case together, I've been secretly observing Jiang Ying. We accept many types of requests. There are big and evil anomalies, and there were some where they were very small. And Jiang Ying handles all of it with utmost accuracy. But when it comes to those smaller anomalies, it seems like he's not too sure how to handle them. Jiang isn't one to talk much, and because I was so deep in my thoughts, I didn't speak up. The atmosphere seems to be a bit weird now.
你有心事？
Do you have something on your mind? Was that obvious?
你比平时话少，还一直发呆。
You've been speaking lesser, and you've been daydreaming quite a bit. Alright, I'll stop beating around the bushes. You are part of the Hong company, right? Yes. Is 49 part of Hong? He nodded. Then the one that kidnapped me was also part of Hong? Yes. What does Hong plan to do with me?
抽取你的能力。
Drain your powers. Why?
我不知道。
I don't know. At a point when someone appeared behind me, that was you. Jiang Ying was the loss of what to speak of. You were clearly not lying to me when I asked you why you were there, but you avoided answering the question. And the reason you were there was to ensure that they wouldn't do anything to me. Now, the way that you put it, should I be thanking your little friend? I turned, planning to leave, but Jiang Ying pulled me back. I don't trust you, Jiang Ying. Let go of me. I swing, I guess. I swing his hand aside and left without turning back. I was simply testing Jiang Ying. I need to know more and more news about what's happening. He got close to me, and then be it whether it's from he got close to me, be it whether it's a order from the Hong company or not, but he was willing. He was willing to find me. And before Hong can decide to do anything else, I've got to see and figure out what is Jackson's attitude. from earlier to now. The person behind me has been following me. I gotta hurry it up. Let them pass first. Is this a TV lady again? This method of stalking. This is definitely not Jiang. I could turn my head back. What? It was the girl's voice. She's also dressed as a girl in a simple cotton sportswear and flip-flops. My eyes shifted to the screen that she has for her head. It was the old TV, old kind of computer screen. With the evolution at this stage, I look up the screen. There was flashing jump up mess of words and lights. You're finding me for something? Can say what you want. Oh, okay. I heard that you are able to fulfill our wishes. Though I'm unwilling to admit it, but to anomalies, night watchers are indeed people that are able to grant them wishes. So what is your wish then? I don't know. I sighed. Let's just find some place to sit and talk first, right? There wasn't anyone in the glass shop. I had no idea where Jiang Ying went. On the way back to the shop, the lady introduced herself. She's a female streamer named Bio, and not long ago she died from an accident. After working as a night watcher for such a short amount of time, the word accident gives off a mixed feeling. And the accident is Bio teared half day. Do I really have to say it? Why, what's wrong? Most of the anomalies which are half completed by the time they died. So perhaps there's still chance of completing it. That's really near the end. I've met some shy dude that was too afraid to confess their love for the sunshine person. I also met a mom and dad that's nagging about a child. I met someone that's nagging about their mom and dad being some white collar workers. They always think there's next time, I should get better next time, and continue on their lives. But until they met an accident, do they realize that there is no longer a next time, and that regret became resentment. They may seem like small matter to you, but they could be the reason you're still hanging behind. And for all we know, you can easily find your wish. So, do you understand this? Was it such a bad accident? Not really. I don't really know how to explain this, but can I take a look? Bio nodded, and I held her hand, and we entered the dream realm. This is Bio's house. She was seated on the chair, staring at the wide array of takeout on the table. There was burgers, noodles, soup, rice. There were like 5 to 6 person portion of food here. Was there someone coming over, or perhaps was she food streamer. She looks like she's been eating for a while. It didn't seem like there was anyone coming by, and it didn't seem like she's gonna stream anytime soon. After Bio finished the burger, I could clearly feel the sense of fullness. She doesn't stop. She opened another package and started eating the noodles, eating it like she's in a rush. The fullness of my stomach started to feel uncomfortable. What I'm going through right now is what Bio was feeling. I couldn't understand. Even after clearly have eaten to the point where she's full, she doesn't stop. Carry on chewing different food, chewing and swallowing like a machine. It's as if she's trying to eat everything until her last breath. Bio rushed to the toilet and immediately started to vomit crazily. Bio rinsed her mouth, washed her face, and looked up at the empty spot that was where the mirror was. Bio went back to her seat and continued on eating. I soon quickly found the answer why she was doing this, or what happened to her. Something was stuck in her throat. We were unable to swallow it, and we were unable to spit it out. I followed Bio's action as I slammed my fist into my chest, trying to dislodge the food and coughing non-stop. Soon, we have got to the point that we couldn't breathe. I felt like every breath that we struggled to take, we were gonna explode. I clawed at my throat, struggling, thinking about the pain and suffering expression she has. The world started to spin. There was a sound of the food crashing to the ground. The sound of the chair falling to the ground. I fell to the ground. The extreme pain, although for that brief seconds, felt like forever. It indeed was an accident. She choked to death. I greedily took in large gulps of fresh air. My throat and chest felt like it's gonna explode. After returning back to reality, everything felt better. Bo worriedly looked at me. She wanted to give me a pat on my back to regulate my breathing, but she felt that such a over-familiar action was probably not too suitable. Are you okay? I'm fine, but you probably are in much more pain. It's fine. It's been a while. I'm just curious as to why I'm still left on the earth. I have no hope and wish to successfully die and leave this place and leave it for the place where I should go to. In this situation, it doesn't seem that she has any resentment to how she died. I do have a question. Was there a reason why you are eating so much? Bio doesn't answer. It was the sound of electric currents crackling, and there was some sort of pressure. Do you perhaps have some sort of food disorder? Bao nodded her head. Previously, as a face streamer, I've been conscious of my body weight. I often do not eat or drink. And my house was filled with mirrors and scales, trying to warn me. Bio started crying. Her body started to crackle and sizzle. I look very plain, and if I don't work hard on being skinnier in front of the mirror, I lose all my advantage. And even after all that, there are people that are trying their best to even get skinnier than I am. The conditions I have are not up to standard. Even if I work hard to lose weight, I'm still not gonna be up to standards compared to the rest of the girls. And many of the streamers, people watch to find a one and only kind of uniqueness. And after I became a VTuber, there wasn't a need for me to watch my weight. And because of that, there was no longer a need for me to keep up an image in front of the mirror. So I started to eat and consume food like crazy. But every time after consuming food, I always felt regret and would vomit it out. Was this the reason why the mirrors were removed? It was because you could no longer see your figure change because of yourself. This was a type of mental illness. Bio suddenly looked at me. I do understand doing this isn't right. However, I can't control myself. I sighed, planning to ask her to visit a psychiatrist, but clearly she doesn't need it anymore. She's dead. After the accident in the dream realm, there wasn't anything of note. Even she herself don't carry any resentment. My head hurts thinking about it. Perhaps I could go over to the house and take a look. Okay, that's possible. What the heck is Jiang Ying? I followed after her, and we end up in a small district with old houses. It wasn't far away from the plaza or the park, and the only reason why it was a bit far out and a little old was because it wasn't part of the city's plan of changing the environment. She brought us through several twists and turns before we finally got to our house. I placed a spare set of keys right here. After blindly touching half for the key, I finally found it and quickly got into the house. A anti-burglary door. The house relatively rather small, and most of the items a bit worn, but on the table there was a computer. By it was a mic and headphones, all of it neatly organized. Other than those unkept and finished takeout boxes, most of the dream realm matches to what she's seeing right now. After a little longer, this house would be someone else. Bio seems a little down, but I took a chance to take a look around the environment. The walls quite spotted. You could tell where and when there was a mirror there. The only thing that is rather, I guess, different and stands out would be the fact that the bathroom has no mirror either. Do you not need a mirror at all? Pyle started to panic and got nervous. She's trying her best to tamp down the unease, repeating the fact that she is dead. Relax. Try to breathe. It's fine. I'm already dead. There's no point of being scared. She said it towards me, but it's as if she's trying to convince herself. In the past, when I was a live streamer, on the streets I would be recognized by people. It made me happy that I finally got fans and supporters. However, there was this one guy that followed me home, and he would press the doorbell non-stop and looked into the cat eye to see my room. Harassment and pranking. I'm so scared. I called the police and have him brought away. But it was simply just a, I guess, scare. It wasn't breaking and entering. The police only can do that much. At most, they could simply keep him for the day and lecture him, but at the end of the day, he was let back out. And every time he comes back, the things he's done is more and more extreme. I changed my numbers and he would still call and breathe into the phone. And until one night, in the middle of the night, he started to try and open the door. I was so afraid. I called the police. I had plans to hurt myself and have informed the police that he actually was the one that hurt me. I didn't know what they do. Next thing I know, I hardly moved there, and luckily by then, I've no longer seen him. She has done nothing wrong, but under these circumstances, she felt that the need to harm herself was necessary to protect herself. Although I've already departed from the living world, that amount of trauma has left quite a huge scar on me. I became very stressed, and every little thing triggers me. I couldn't lead a normal life. There was one time in a crowded train, I accidentally mistook a bag that was by me for a hand, and I screamed uncontrollably. The most bad thing was that every time I looked in the mirror, I couldn't see myself. I could always feel that I could see that someone was looking through the mirror at me. The screen on Pyle started to display error signs. At any moment, she felt that she was gonna start smoking. The person didn't know Pyle has passed, yet they keep coming to press the doorbell. You hide behind me. I'll come and open the door. My brother, she's dead. No one can see her. Putting out a brave front, I open the door. The only thing that separated us was the anti-burglary door, and under the dim light I could see the person's face. I could feel Pyle trembling behind me. It's not him. I don't recognize this person, but I recognize him. 江颖
你没有接电话，我以为你碰到麻烦了。
you didn't pick up your phone. I thought you got in trouble. Jiang Ying looked at me, checking over that I was fine. He glanced past me and his eyes landed onto Bio. Bio started to tremble. The electric current sounds started to, she started to get, I guess, the electric currents are starting to be unstable. Sorry, I didn't realize that. But what we gotta say, we'll deal with it later. But right now, Jiang Ying, we need you to use your outlet.
我等你。
I'll wait for you. Alright, just come in and we'll talk. This side is amusing. I quickly have the both of them introduce themselves. After inviting Jiang Ying in, Bao couldn't help but keep scratching at her arm. Other than mirrors, I couldn't look at myself in the camera. Every time I look at a face, I feel like someone's looking for me. So that's why you became a VTuber. Bao nodded. That face brought out about unease and made me uncomfortable. I've not been to a doctor. Okay, it's not like I haven't been to a doctor. The doctor has diagnosed me with a bulimia and paranoia and prescribed me medicines. I tried my best to convince myself that everything was just my imagination, but the idea of being looked at overwhelmed everything. Wherever I walked, I feel like there were eyes on me, that neighbors were looking at me, the people on the streets were looking at me. Until one day when I woke up and I looked in the mirror, the me in the mirror kept looking straight at me until the mirror started to bleed. I lost my mind. I couldn't tell the difference between reality and fake. I found someone to remove all the mirrors and install the anti-burglary door. I kept myself shut in. But even that, I always felt that someone was looking at me. The screen of Bio's head darkened. She probably has closed eyes. So, at the moment of death, rather than being hateful, I felt that I finally gained freedom. I consoled her for a bit before asking more questions. There seemed to be some sort of hidden thing in her. While we were talking, I can't help but glance over to Jiang Ying. And the way that he was looking at me kind of made me feel a bit prickly. So the mirrors, how long have you been using them? The previous owner left it behind. Honestly, I have no idea. Why do you ask it? I passed my phone over to her. The reason why the walls bleed was because of rust. What? There were previous reported news where the position of the bathroom, wait, not position, the fact that bathroom and its ventilation and its poor ventilation, and after a long period of time, the metal in behind the mirror started to rust, and because of the rust, eventually the mirror started to bleed. So you're in fact right, the mirror started to bleed from behind. So this whole time I've been scaring myself. I'm afraid so. I have Xiang Ying go buy a new mirror. Wow. Sending him out like a errand boy. Using the chance where Xiang Ying's out, I quickly crown. But I also want to keep everything clean and tidy, but after these past few days, everything seems to have a layer of dust on it. Or is there something sparkly by the door? Glass shards? I looked left and right and then noticed the half-empty bottle of glass. Perhaps one of the bottle broke and no one finished clearing it up. There were a few empty bottles in the box. It looked like they finished drinking and placed it back in. They were placed together with the other takeout boxes, so it didn't seem too out of place. But wouldn't someone feel that putting the box of drinks by the door be rather inconvenient? Before I could come to a conclusion, Jiang Yi came back with the mirror. We'll accompany you. Could you just simply look into the mirror? I do understand you haven't seen your own face for a long time. Bio seems hesitant for a long time. I patiently waited for her answer. She finally gathered her wits together and looked towards the mirror. He's looking. No, there isn't anyone looking at you. After staring at the mirror for a long period of time, you would think that the you in the mirror and you yourself meet eyes. The brain in this short period of time kind of do a misunderstanding, and this leads to who's looking at me kind of state of mind. No one is looking at you, there's only you in the mirror. Bao didn't seem convinced with what I said, but she carefully glanced towards the mirror. It took some time before she suddenly accepted the mirror, the her in the mirror. Then her body started to become translucent. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Because she doesn't have much resentment, she started to disappear. But things doesn't seem to be that simple. What about that box of glass bottles? If the box was there for convenience, if the box was placed by the door for convenience, was it perhaps for someone? So every finished bottle, 所以有的瓶子喝完放在箱子里，有的瓶子不见了。So the empty glass was placed back to the box, but why was there some glass that were missing? I feel like there was something else that I need to clarify. Can I look through your memories again? Bio nodded and stretched out her arm. You can place the teacup by the door, alright? Thank you. Okay. Bio looked through the cat eye and thought that the guy's probably gone, right? She carefully opened the door and she froze on the spot because the delivery guy hasn't left yet. He was still knelt down by the door. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just I saw that your rubbish has piled up for this. I was just gonna throw it out for you. I mean, this is the last order. I'm gonna go back home after sending this weird person. From the day on, but I realized that it was the same guy that does the midnight deliveries. And every time he would leave, he would take the rubbish along with him. Perhaps it's because at the time when she ends the stream, it's rather late, and the place where she lives was rather far out. So the delivery man probably lived nearby. Bio wanted to reassure herself and believe herself, but her heart couldn't calm down and accept the fact that that is so. She felt scared and purposefully ordered food earlier, trying to miss the same delivery guy. And whenever she does it, it indeed wasn't the same person that delivered, and it made Bio relieved. Please see. Okay, just please take out by the door, alright? Thank you. Okay, it's the same person. Bio could feel the hair on the back of her neck stand up. Looking out through the cat eye, he could see the delivery man seem hurriedly trying to leave. He quickly put the teacup down and grabbed the rubbish and left. In the short amount of time, there was no one else that passed by. It seems like he was hurrying up to fulfill the next order. For some odd reason, there was some sort of guilt that Bio has. And after that, with no reason, she got back to her habit of ordering food at 1 a.m. And most of the time, it was him that delivered the food. The two of them never spoke. It's just that the rubbish by the door was always cleaned off. The takeout has been placed by the door. Wait, hold up. Pulling the door open, Bio placed a bottle of carbonated drink on the floor. Afraid to look up at him and not waiting for him to pick up the drink, she quickly closed the door and even forgetting to pick up her food. Bio then would buy canned and preserved food because those usually have no expiry date and they're usually cheap and always discounted. After closing the door, she felt guilty. She didn't know perhaps that her actions were going to cause a misunderstanding. After hesitating, she could hear the sound of the delivery man burping. Bio opened the door and noted that the rubbish and the bottle was gone. And then from there on, every time Bio would place a bottle of drink by the door, and like always, every time he leaves, he will bring the rubbish up with him. Slowly, she started to build a habit with his presence. Once in a while, the two of them would speak with each other through the door. Lately, I've been unlucky. I've received quite a few bad reviews. Bio then secretly, silently gave him a good review. There are days where I feel like the anti-burglary door isn't very anti-burglary. Then the delivery man shared with her some tips and tricks of living alone. I exited the dream realm. I looked over to the half-empty box of drinks, remembering the feeling she had. In their short amount of time, the two of them interacted. And I could guess that the reason why Bio hasn't disappeared could be in relation to the half-empty bottle of drinks.
你还好吗？
Are you alright? I spoke to Jiang Chen. I keep calling him Jiang Chen. God dang it! I spoke to Jiang Ying about what I saw in the dream. Bio nodded and not saying a single word. Could you help me in order to take out? It seems like you haven't ordered food for a long time. I had thought something had happened to you. Ah, you are. He looked over to me, carrying that box of drinks with Jiang Ying behind me by the door, and was shocked. We are Bio's family friends? Oh, okay, this is your takeout. Hope you guys enjoy your meal. The delivery man seems to have some questions he wanted to ask, but said that he should probably leave. He turned and took one last glance into the empty house. Not the empty house, empty floor. The delivery man shook his head and laughed, preparing to leave. Hey bro, I shouted. Jiang took up the box of drinks. Bio, but this is a gift from Bio. No, I can't take it. She has passed recently. He seemed shocked before he came around, shaking his head. His voice filled with regret. That's so beautiful. She's so young. Jiang passed the bottles to him, and the delivery man suddenly took it over. Thank you. He spoke silently.
你有新的订单，请注意查收。
I gotta go. Thank you guys. He quickly thanked Sasuke, grabbing the bottles and hurriedly leave the place. Thank you. Bio tagged us friendly. Bio quickly bowed again, and before she slowly became transparent, she disappeared. She has finally put down everything in the world and left the place. And that's the most normal people working there are trapped in the cold reality of perhaps passing by each other. In Jiang Ying's hand was a piece of black name card. This was a anomalous object that Bio had left behind.
你做的已经很好了，
You have done your best.
我们回去吧。
Let's go back. Jiang Ying.
嗯，
Yes. I opened my mouth, wanting to say something, but then I realized his pale face and a piece of sweat on his forehead. Isn't it time for you to change your medication? The day before, when we were handling an anomaly, he got hurt quite badly. I hardly went to the first aid kit. Take off your clothes. We're direct, okay, I guess. Through the white t-shirt, I could see the faint pink color blossoming on the fabric. His wounds has probably opened up. It's time for you. It's time to change your medications. Jiang Ying suddenly opened up his buttons. Oh God! Oh! His exposed back faced me. I ripped apart the bandages and I could see the fresh blood dripping from the wounds. The initially scabbed over wounds had a couple more scars around it. There were big parts of the wounds that were in the bloody bruised mess. They hurt my heart looking at it. But on the back, the wounds were all fresh. The old and new wounds, scars and bruises. I didn't know where to start and when the end dropped. I gently took up a piece of cotton and dabbed at the wound between it. You didn't need to cover me. I was prepared to touch it.
它离你太近了。
The distance between it and you was close. One thing that was made confirmed to me was that Jiang Ying has no intentions of hurting me, and he has spent quite a lot of effort in protecting me instead. At least for now. Every time the cotton came in contact with the wound, Jiang Ying doesn't make any exclaims of pain, but I could feel the trembles of his body. Suddenly, I could feel a wave of sadness. Why? Why does he lead this kind of life? After applying the medication, redoing the bandages, I looked over to his hands. It's brought back. I greatly caress one of the wounds. I could only simply bandage up the wounds on him. There was one more thing that seems a bit odd. I traced my finger over one of these scars. When Jiang Ying suddenly tensed up his body, I could feel that his body temperature suddenly seemed to increase. In the next second, he pressed down onto my arm
我自己来。
to it myself. Jiang Ying quickly finished bandaging up and put on a new set of clothes. These scars When were they left behind?
训练的时候，
During training. What training did you go through to get such serious wounds?
独立处理异常的能力。
When I single-handedly dealt with anomalies. A normal person trying to handle anomalies doesn't seem logical. Why do you do this?
我没有选择。
Had no choice. We are both normal people. The only reason why I could have half of these abilities was because I've entered and interrupted the ceremony that Pang Chen had. I gently patted his head in consolation. But before I continue on, I seem to hesitate in my actions. Jiang Ying looked at my unnatural moves and opened his mouth.
你小时候也问过我一样的话。
When you were younger, you did ask me the same question before. I don't remember it. What did I say?
你说你不知道怎么安慰我，然后摸了摸我的头。
You said that you didn't know how to console me, and that you patted my head. Then he quickly stood up, ignoring me. His face just neutral.
这么多年过去，你跟小时候还是一模一样。
After so many years has passed, you and your younger self are still exactly the same. He came close to me, his expression unchanged, but the vibes he was giving me seems different. I unconsciously took a step back.
你们捉迷藏的时候，我就在旁边看。
When you guys were playing hide and seek, I was by your side watching it.
我不理解为什么你们被方辰志耍得团团转，还觉得有意思。
I don't understand why you being fooled by function was so interesting. Whatever he has said, I do not remember. But it seems like something that has possibly happened.
你发现了我，然后强硬地带着我一起玩。
When you found me, you dragged me in to play with him. The expression on Jiang Ying seems odd and made him look like he's rather innocent of all the wrongdoings. But he has been slowly cornering me. Jiang, hope, wait.
你以为我被孤立、小心翼翼又强装自然地维护我的样子，让我觉得
You thought I was lonely and wanted to protect me in some manner. But your actions made me think that it was interesting. In my brain, there seemed to be an image, I guess, of younger Jiang Ying.
很有趣。
Interesting. You measure. You shout out my name.
对我来说，你不一样。
To me, you're a different kind of person. He lowers his head and places a hand onto my forehead, patting me as if like I'm a beloved pet. The image of younger Jiang Ying and the side of him now kind of merged together. They brought about some sort of emotions. Oh, okay. Before my feelings could drown me out, I quickly pushed Jiang Ying aside and escaped. Damn, we just grew to the van. What the heck am I doing? So, you guys were good friends when you were kids. I vaguely recall that. 、 being a thing. I remember, I guess we were just playmates.
你
So, as a young child, Jiang was probably one of those special friends, right? Even though you can't really remember, you still did see his face clearly. Yep. It felt familiar yet foreign. However, after so many years and including the secret organization, you should probably be more careful around Jiang Ying. If I knew you would be dragged into such weird things, I would have convinced you to not follow him. I have to leave for Ibiza Street for some time, and I can claim everything from food to housing. So why not take this chance and leave Shining for a bit? I've never ever thought of leaving Shining, but leaving Shining means everything will be safe. And I didn't really want to drag Yan Yang into everything. No, it's fine. I have to make sure everything is fine. I have to make sure and find out what Hong is trying to do. I worry about you. There's not much to worry. I know Jiang Ying will protect me well. And if not, there's still Fang Chenzi. You just gotta work on yourself, you know, focus on your own job. I'll wait for you to come back with a promotion, and I guess, how do I put this? Mooch off you, yes. Yan Yang smile. So where are you going? Probably in a few days. But if you are if you regret not coming with me, you can always find me anytime. Okay. Alright, yeah, earlier when I was coming by, I met with someone and asked me to pass this to you. It was a worn booklet. Who was it? I don't know, they were dressed rather covered up. It was a very weird person. Well covered, weird person. Perhaps they were afraid Yan Yang would recognize them. Or were they afraid someone was gonna take note of them? See if it's of any use. I took the book over and flipped through the pages. It was just a book with weird supernatural stories. I looked at the paper, they seem old and worn. What's written on it? There's some stories. Nothing much really. I'll just go back home and research myself. Was this a message that someone was trying to tell me? I held onto the book tightly. Okay guys, this is a very good time to end. Let me save. No, save here. Let me close the game. Okay, so this is a very good time for me to end the game. We'll probably continue it next week. I'm still not too sure what I'm gonna do with my schedule just yet. I'm still in the midst of doing it, so I'll probably have it out by Wednesday, hopefully. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm gonna go pass out after this stream. Probably need the 2-hour nap. Will energize me, but not enough for me to stay woke at this hour. So I'm gonna go pass out. I have work tomorrow. So sad. But yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. Tired. But oyasumi, sweet dreams. Good night. I'll see you guys next time.